Can you ever win when it comes to someone like Gypsy? Well, when you say someone like Gypsy, I assume you mean a narcissist. Because in my opinion, she is a narcissist. And when you say win, I assume you mean an argument. And the answer to that is, So I'm going to use one of her prison emails to show you what to expect when arguing with a narcissist. And then I'm going to give you some techniques to win the argument. Now, if you have ever been through it with a narcissist, this is going to be very familiar to you. This is an email from an ex named Brian. I got this image from the GRB Snark subreddit. Pause to read if you like. As you can see, they are clearly in the midst of a fight. And by what he says in this email, she was using all the coercive control tactics in a narcissist toolkit. And I will point out 5 of them. The very first one is narcissistic drain. The very first thing he says in this email is, "This is exhausting." When arguing with a narcissist, they will absolutely exhaust you with their nonsense, circular conversations, their word salad, their relentless manipulation, and their constant drama. And they do this in order for you to give in. Once you are exhausted, you tend to give up. The second one is blame shifting. In this email, he says, "Stop putting words in my mouth. Stop making shit up. Stop inventing things to accuse me of." Narcissists never take accountability. And instead, they manipulate your words in order to place the blame on you. You're the problem, never them. Number 3 is victimhood. In the email, he says, "You play the pity card to make yourself feel better." Narcissists are always the victim. They play the pity card to gain sympathy and to deflect responsibility and to maintain control of how they want things to go. So if you feel bad for them, you're more likely to say, "Oh, I'm sorry. You're right. Whatever you say, honey." Number 4, story revision. He says in the email, "I don't need every twisted version of every story you ever told me to make yourself look better." And he also says, "You keep changing this whole story about the guy in Brazil." Narcissists alter facts and they rewrite history in order to portray themselves as faultless, because the truth threatens their grandiose image, the facade, the carefully crafted facade that they want the world to believe. And 5 is triangulation. Brian says in the email, "People give you their opinions of me. They're hearing one side of the story, yours." Narcissists continue to control the narrative by bringing others into the situation. And they do this to create division, to manipulate perceptions, and to reinforce their version of reality. And it's very interesting the way he ends the email. He says, "I do not want a response. I mention these things to help you understand why we're no longer together." Well, that's kind of futile, because she's a narcissist, in my opinion, and narcissists never seek to understand you. They have no empathy. They only seek to control. So winning an argument with a narcissist is not an actual win, not the way we perceive a win, because they don't take accountability and they will never see your side of things, and they never give genuine apologies. So it's best to avoid arguing in the first place, because the more you say, the more information you're giving the narcissist to twist and distort and use against you. They want to get you worked up and they want to see you upset. Just look at how much Gypsy has enjoyed torturing Ryan. Seeing you upset gives them a thrill, and it gives them a sense of control. So here's how you respond when the narcissist begins to argue with you. Say, "I hear you. I will give this serious thought." Or say, we're getting off track. I don't want to argue. And then redirect them and say something like, hey, I know you're really good at organizing. Can you give me some pointers on reorganizing my closet? The idea is to give them a little tidbit of meat and then redirect. Because it's not about the win. It's not about getting them to see your side. It's not about getting them to say, I'm sorry, or to take any sort of accountability, because that won't happen. It's about de-escalating the situation, because it is about your peace. I hope that helps.